It's Tommy Coulter with Stocks and Sports. We're chiming in on a Monday night. We got our midnight special edition on a Monday night. Tonight we got a special treat. We got a new on-air personality joining the team. He's from Florida. I'm going to introduce him. His name is G. He's going to go by J, just the letter G. Keep it simple. He's on Twitter at Fight Sports G. We're just thrilled to have him. You know, his baby just turned 1. So let's bring in G from Newport Richey, Florida. G, are you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for calling me. I'm glad to be here.
No, we appreciate you spending the time. You know, so tell the audience a little bit more about yourself.
So yeah, I just always been a big fight fan. So huge fight enthusiast. So I'm studying the sport, watching boxing, watching MMA, and that's basically what my life revolves around. So this past weekend we had the huge heavyweight matchup, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. It was a rematch the second time around. The first time Tyson Fury got robbed. He won 10 out of the 12 rounds. It went to the decision, and they called it a draw. So they had the rematch, and Tyson Fury, the lead up until the fight, told everyone in interviews, multiple interviews, that he was going to run right through Deontay Wilder, the most vicious heavyweight puncher of all time. And everyone thought it was a joke to play mind games, but Tyson Fury went in there and got the knockout in the 7th round.
Oh my God!
Wilder's corner threw in the towel, so it was pretty amazing, and it sets up things for the unification of Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua for all the belts. So it's an exciting time in boxing right now.
Oh, that's awesome! So we're thrilled to have you covering that. I was a little bit interested with the women, you know, with this boxing. I mean, you know, I talked to you before we did this interview, and I was like, I just can't believe what kind of shape that some of these women are in with the boxing, and they're really good looking. I mean, what can you tell us about like the women's boxing? I mean, what's your take on that stuff?
Well, years ago, for the majority of fans around the world, fight fans, it was more of a joke, women fighting. It was supposed to be a man's sport, a man's game, but in the recent years, there's some world-class women out here, and one of the best is the 2-time champion in the UFC. Her name's Amanda Nunes. She's the bantamweight and featherweight champion. That's 135 and 145 pounds, and she's just running through everyone like a freight train. She became popular when she knocked out Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey now, as we all know, is one of the biggest stars in the world. She's in WWE. She basically retired from the UFC MMA fight game after her knockout loss to Amanda Nunes. So, yeah, there's a lot of them. All different weights. You got Chris Cyborg, you got Joanna Jędrzejczyk, you got Amanda Nunes. I mean, there's stars, men and women these days, and as in their shape, they're training with men in these gyms. So, yeah, they're badasses for sure.
Oh my gosh, no, that's awesome. Just thanks so much for sharing some of that stuff. Now I know you hear that Maroon 5 in the back, so we have a saying here, you know, as you're coming on board with us too. We're going to do a little Maroon 5 shift. What I mean by that is, let's get your take on this Tesla stuff. I mean, I was so excited to hear you talking about him, you know, Elon Musk and Tesla, you know, a little bit before we came on. But what's your take with Tesla? I mean, I like what I had heard, what you had said. Why don't you fill the audience in?
So, I've always been highly intrigued with Elon Musk. Even before Tesla, with years and years ago, when the internet first was booming, Elon Musk actually created, as we know it today, PayPal. And he also created, with his brother, the first version of Google Maps. So how we just GPS everywhere while we're in the car and we don't think about it. He's the first person to write the computer code on Google Maps. So Google Maps, PayPal. He then, as we all know, created the electrical vehicles, the huge mega house in the car industry, Tesla. He has another business, SpaceX, of private rocket ships that are flying around the world, the first of its kind. He has a company that he calls the Boring Company that he says he just does as a hobby, but the Boring Company is he's in works to build shuttle systems underneath the ground of all the major cities in the United States to basically your car pulls up just like you're getting a car wash, an automatic car wash. You put your car in neutral and it shoots you hundreds of miles under the ground through tunnels to hit your destination, so you don't got to get backed up in all that traffic. But as for Tesla stocks, in the past year, so February 24th, 2019, Tesla stock was at $420 a share. Exactly 1 year later, Tesla stock is at $833.79 in closing. So we're just in February right now, but this is just the gains of the stock this year. So in the past 2 months, Tesla stocks have grown 80%. So they're doing something right. They have the new Cybertruck coming out. The first models, which will sport a tri-motor setup, are set for production in late 2021, and the less powerful models will begin production in 2022. So, and as for right now in Tesla, next week they actually start the Model Y SUV. They're going to put that in production next week. So, all good things from Tesla. There's a little scare this week, though. This week, they're actually going to come to a conclusion in the courts about the death of Walter Wang. When he died using the autopilot on the Model X, he actually hit a barrier between the left exit in the HOV lane on US 101 just outside of Mountain View, California. So there was a big dip in the stock once that hit the airways and hit the news media streams. So Tesla was quoted saying they admitted that he was using the autopilot, but he was also warned several times with visual and audible warnings prior to the crash. So that's their defense, and so that describes the dip. It actually went down in the past day 7.5% because of the news outlets letting out they're coming to a conclusion with that case. So it's very volatile, but in the long run, I think Tesla's just going to keep on growing. So it's pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, we're so happy to have you. You know, you're going to bring in so much for us. You know, I'm ecstatic. You know, to have you.
I appreciate it.
We're like the 8-9 minute mark. Yeah, I think. Why don't I let you? I've been doing this a lot with these guys. Why don't I let you close it out? You know, you close out this call, and then I'm hoping to get back with you maybe this weekend. I want to come down that way if you're free. You know, I know you're busy. Yeah. You know we're a startup, but I want to head back down to maybe Clearwater, maybe meet up with you, and we'll get some good stuff going for the company. But let me let you close this out. You know, why don't you close out the first interview with many more?
Okay, so just to switch back to the MMA thing. So very exciting time to be an MMA fan. So one of the most electrifying, exciting divisions in the UFC right now is the lightweight division, the 155 pounders. You got Khabib Nurmagomedov. This guy is from Dagestan, Russia. This guy was videotaped as a child, maybe 8 years old, wrestling a real-life bear. So they do these things for fun over there. Yeah, it's completely crazy, but it is on video. It's a fact. It wasn't a fake. So he's 28-0, never lost. That's unheard of. MMA is not like boxing. You don't have to worry about just the hands. You have to worry about the wrestling, the hands, the feet, the elbows, the knees, the grappling, all that. So being undefeated, 28-0 is pretty amazing. And he's facing the other best guy in the UFC right now in that weight division that hasn't lost in over 7 years, named Tony Ferguson. And his record stands at 25 wins and 3 losses. This guy put up a picture on his social media about a month ago of his past 10 opponents and their faces, and every single opponent's face, you couldn't see it because it was covered in blood, because this guy just elbows everybody and cuts them open. So it's going to be a very entertaining fight. It's going to be definitely something if you're a fight fan that you need to watch. So that's coming up April 18th, 2020. And as for boxing, we just want to see the two UK champs unify their belts with Tyson Fury facing Anthony Joshua this year. So as fight fans, that's what we have to look forward to. And there's a lot of exciting stuff going on, so I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. And your knowledge of these fights is just incredible. So I mean, we're just so pumped here to have you covering this stuff. So let's just wrap this up, and then we'll try to reconnect maybe this weekend. Yeah, I just wanted to wish your son. You told me your son turned 1, so a happy birthday for him. You know, I think you're going to have a great future here at Stocks and Sports. Just thank you so much, G.
No problem. Hey, thanks for having me, and I can't wait, and I look forward to talking to you next week.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.